What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the Jurassic World Hammond Collection, Brachiosaurus. That's right, my zillions. You might have seen my unboxing and assembly of this guy. But now we're gonna review. We're gonna check out all the fine details. This guy came unassembled. That's why we assembled it. This is pretty cool. I did have to cancel my pre-order on this, but I was glad to have gotten it in store. I was actually really surprised that once the street date came, it was in store right away. So that is pretty cool. That is very cool, actually. And here's this side of the box. But yeah, this was in store, and it was just looking at me, guys. It was like, for 2.5, 3 weeks, I was just like, I need it. I just couldn't get it in July, but you know, once August came, things got a tad bit better. So I was like, all right, I think now I could just go ahead and get this guy and get him in the collection. You could check out what's inside Mr. DNA in the unboxing. I'm not going to show this little sheet here. It's kind of just like a little ad to do other stuff. But anywho, the Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus, it is here. It is huge. And we're going to review it in full. So without any further ado, let's get to that review. And here is the Brachiosaurus out of the package. But wait, there is two. Because we're going to start out with the comparison that everybody wants. And that is with the first Mattel Brachiosaurus. So as you can see, or I don't know if you can see because it's really, really hard to go further back. These guys are the exact same size. The only other similarity is the plastic quality in every place but the neck. The neck is different on the Hammond. This is the Hammond. It's like a rubbery material on the neck because it's kind of like a bendy wire. But then the body has that same kind of hollow plastic. Even at the legs. Tail might be there. No, tail, even the tail. So pretty much, you know, the same in plastic quality, but then that's it. It's a completely different sculpt. There is absolutely no reuse from what I can see. There's a lot more detail in the Hammond as compared to the regular one. It's more smooth, but the regular one is beautiful. And I'm not going to say go upgrade for Hammond if you have the regular, because the regular one is a very nice piece. But, you know, you're going to get a lot more articulation here and a richer level of detail. You know, there's no paint on the nails or anything there, but the original one is a great, great piece. So I do like it a lot. I still do. But you know what? I'm glad to continue collecting the Hammond Collection. That is my dinosaur line of choice. And for one more size comparison, here it is with 3 of the different sizes of the Hammond Collection. It is crazy, crazy big. Like way, way bigger than anything that's come before it. Like, not even funny. Even the big T-Rex, you know? And when you put that all into perspective as far as how much this costs, you might think that the Brachiosaurus costs a lot at $85. But it is triple the size of the T-Rex, which is like $50. So I think there's value here, guys. I think there's value here. Alright, gang, we're gonna go handheld for just about all of this review. I mean, we're already handheld. But, you know, for the meat and potatoes here, we're gonna have to do so. Obviously, articulation, I'm probably not gonna be able to do that, but we'll figure it out. So this guy looks pretty good overall. It is massive, as you can tell. The sculpt is not bad. I'd say the materials, like I was saying, I wish it didn't feel so hollow, but I guess, I mean, it could cost a lot more, you know, judging by the size comparatively to, let's say, the T-Rex, like I said. So I'm gonna also say, even though the paint is pretty good, I feel like there could be even more. There's like a lot of sections where it's just kind of blank. But as you can see, the leg has a lot of detail, and it's got, this kind of yellowish, beigeish, paint over that, and then like a lot of that, flecking, if you will. It's pretty good. There's some parts where it looks like, there's like fibers ingrained into it, like right there. Oh, that came off. Oh, it's coming off. And pretty gross. But overall, I think it looks pretty decent. The foot here has some nice paint at the nails. You do get a lot of seams on this. Like, I feel like more so than any of the other releases. But this is the front leg. There's the toes again. The toes look really good. I like the way they painted them. But you do see like the joints and the seams really well on this. I guess that's because of the size of this thing. So the legs, I'd say, look pretty decent overall. And I think I got the legs right now. Compared, to both the box and the other thing, they were really wrong out of the package. But I think they're right now, but I don't know. It's not the biggest of deals. The rib part here, a lot of loose skin. And again, you got a lot of the dotting all around. And that paint that I was saying, it's kind of like a tan, actually. It starts down here and it moves its way up. And it becomes like, a little bit less so like that. We're going to flip this guy on his belly, on his back, on his side, actually, soon. But before we do that, let's, take a good look at this tail. Really good. On the top here, you got more of a brown paint that goes all the way up the back, which we'll look at. But the tail looks pretty good overall, I must say. I do like it. Very nice tail. Oh, move this guy over. You see this side. And then the underside here of the tail. And then on the bottom, like I said, that kind of tan look. Sculpt is alright. Bottom of the feet. Sculpt is okay. It's nothing like crazy or anything. Jurassic symbol on the bottom there. And then going up the back, you get all that brown. And a giant seam line, which actually, it looks worse on the camera than it does in real life. It's not so bad in real life, I gotta say. And we go up the neck, which is a different material from here. This seam line, where is it? This one's very hard to tell, but there's a seam line there. From there on, it's a rubbery material. And they did a really good job of blending it. So I think the paint looks pretty good. On the front, you just get that tan-ish looking thing, which is actually less tan as you go up. But the neck overall looks pretty good. And then we got the head sculpt here, which is pretty decent, I have to say. The eyes are kind of glassy, it looks like. Although it's hard to tell if there's anything but darkness in there. But I love how it's like swirl all around the eye. And you got a little ear hole there. You get that little hole there. Is that a nose hole? The mouth. Painted teeth look good. On the other side, you see the hole a little bit better here. Feel like it's less covered. Zoom out just a bit. Pretty good looking head. I really like it. This head, I think, is way better than the other head. Very, very nicely done. On the bottom, at the top of the mouth, you can see sculpt work there. That's pretty good. A little bit of a light adjustment later. I think I see it, the eyes in it. It's very, very dark, but it definitely has that glassy look like the T-Rex. That's hard to capture. Yeah, I think you see a little bit in there. You see that? Hard to capture, and probably in like natural lighting you'd see it better, but there is a pupil in there and all that. So yeah. This guy looks pretty good. The proportions are excellent. You know, I would say, I don't know. The paint is good, but I feel like it could be even better. Like I said, there's like parts of it that just, you know, don't come through. I guess because it's so big. I don't know. It's hard to cover. But I wish there was a little bit more. But it's good. It's good. I don't really have a problem with what they did. But it's pretty... It feels pretty standard. Like, you saw it with the other T-Rex. Brachiosaurus. And it's kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? Paint-wise. It's the same style. It's not like totally a separate style of painting for the Hammond here. So, but it looks good. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. So, there you go. Let's get to your articulation now, shall we? Alright, gang, this is absolutely not going to be easy, so we'll do what we can. Starting with the articulation here. This moves back and forth. This moves back and forth. A couple of detents there. And at the lower legs, you have swivel, you have hinge. And then the bottom, swivel, hinge. I did it in reverse, but you know. This bottom piece does not turn. These legs are supposed to be back a little bit, like so. And then these legs, same thing, you know. Hammond Collection keeps it easy with that. And then at the tail, you have swivel, big hinge. Over here, small ball jointy here, which works nicely. And then this back piece moves as well. So it's not bad on your articulation on the tail. Moving up to the neck, you have big ratcheted joint here, which could go all the way down and make him slam his face down. But it's good. It's deep, so that's pretty good, and that sound is awesome. Skip his neck for a second because that's like the unique part of this. The head moves around like so, really free moving, good. Like on a ball joint, and then the jaw opens and closes. Now, as far as the neck goes, this is unique. You have a giant, fat, like bendy wire in here, which is bananas. It is not the easiest thing to move around, but you can twist it around a bit. You know, I don't know exactly which way it goes, but it's pretty interesting the way they did it. It feels like there's a giant metal... There is a metal rod here, but there feels like there's just a few points here where you could really do it. You feel something here. You feel something there. You feel something there. So there's a few points where there's not movement, and then there's movement. So it's like something covering the wire, maybe just to keep it in place, and then the wire is in like 3 separate spots in there. Very unique. It's interesting. I don't know if I would have went about it, doing it like that, but they did, and it is interesting. It kind of works. I'll give them points for trying something different, that's for sure. You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You can get it to twist around, so not so bad. That neck is amazing, though. That ratchet joint. But yeah, there you go. There's the articulation on the Brachiosaurus. And my final thoughts, I like this guy. He's cool. He is pretty cool. He's interesting. He's interesting. You know, the price seems expensive at $85, but not compared to the T-Rex. You know what I'm saying? He is tremendous. He is 3 times the size of the T-Rex. So if anything, I do think this is kind of a deal. You know, it's really big, but it is a bit hollow. So you know, they do save a little bit on that. But when you get this guy in hand, it's just like you can't really fault it for being the price it is. There is a lot of plastic here, a lot of mass, and I wouldn't suggest getting it if you have the old one, because where are you putting the stuff? As it is, I'm probably going to try to sell the old one. Don't be looking for it on eBay, though, because I don't think I'll be able to sell it and mail it out. It's going to have to be an in-person thing at some point at a show or something. But and I like this guy. You know, I'm glad I got him. I was getting, like, this feeling like, oh my gosh, it's all around my area right now, and I'm gonna miss out on it, like, because it's sold out online. I'm sure it'll come back online, but you know, like, I felt like I have to make this happen now while it's out there, and I'm glad I was able to. You know, like I said, I had to cancel my initial pre-order because July was a little iffy. August is a tad better, so you know, I was able to get this guy. But there you go. It's cool. It's interesting. I like the neck. It's weird, but I like it. And there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Diversify your collection. If you love dinosaurs, you should be getting the Hammond Collection for sure. Until next time, peace out, peeps. Ouch. Oh.